Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem HaKakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just another lesson through the Spirit. It says Trump cabinet receiving death and bomb threats according to the FBI. Something to keep an eye on. As you know, going back into the old selection of November 5th, which was roughly 2.5, maybe 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I want to say 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. But there was an election which was taken by the Republican Party with the president-elect Donald Trump getting ready to enter into his second term. And he had the likes of this guy, Tom Homan, which is a border czar. It's a pure devil, you know. Particular talking points he's making about breaking up families and forcing people across the border has not gained popularity with the people, you know. And then you had this Palestinian protests in these liberal cities like Chicago, New York, you know, asking for Donald Trump to resign and for him to not take office. All sorts of tensions. And then you have the liking of Elon Musk. You have this guy Rand Paul, you have what's this guy, RFK Jr., you know, Dr. Oz, and all these other notable names, whether they be TV personalities or they just come from under a rock. People are not too happy with this pick, all right? And people have receiving death threats because they realize or they believe that Trump is going to be some type of dictator, which, you know, I pray he is. But basically, man, it says he's receiving death threats and bomb threats, according to the FBI, something to keep an eye on. And there has been several so-called assassination attempts on DJ Trump. And it's been a shit show, man. All right, people are not very happy about the decision that's been made to put him as president-elect. But they rather have a cross-dressing, boy-fondling demon by the name of Tim Walz and this other maggot by the name of Kamala, which is an understudy of Biden, or she was the vice president of in the Biden's administration, which she's currently vice president now. But this administration ain't done shit but bring out all the weird people. So I mean, pick your poison, right? But anyway, there's been a lot of threats, and you know, Esau was afraid, and it shows y'all he's a wicked leader, a wicked ruler. Because how you gonna have people wanting to kill you in your own shit, man? I mean, if you ruled righteously and you did what you were supposed to do and you didn't set up all these bureaucracies and you didn't oppress people, then people may receive you a little bit better. But the fact about it is, you Edomites you are known to oppress. You have a history with oppressing people. Okay? When you go into the slave, there's several slavery books out there that it's probably impossible to get a hand on a copy of all these other books that they've revealed the type of torturous dealings they've done to our people, man. Okay, I'm talking about nailing Jake to bedposts, beating them until their rods fall off. I mean, our people have been put through the worst type of hell on the planet, you know, because you're a wicked ruler. And when anybody think about so-called white people, it's always equate with oppression, death, misery. That's just the type of people you are, man. Okay? So this is a 7-minute video, and I'm going to get a couple of precepts. I'm going to interject in between, but, you know, you get the point. You get the grift. All right?
Some of his cabinet picks have been the targets of bomb threats and also swatting attacks. The FBI is investigating.
So what do we know about this? We're joined now by National Security Analyst Hal Kempfer. What happened here, Hal?
Well, Alex, what happened was that they got a series of bomb threats, pipe bomb threats, and then there was swatting, you know, where they basically call in to say there's a threat to cause SWAT to swarm on a location. And this involved a number of cabinet picks, also others like Representative Stefanik in New York, the pick for UN, Donald Trump's incoming chief of staff, a number of different individuals. Interestingly, even Matt Gaetz, who was hit with a bomb threat, he's not even a pick now because he's already dropped out. But he also had a threat as well. As far as I can see, no actual bombs. But certainly, if you look at the number of people, this had to be a very coordinated attack.
So where do law enforcement go from here? Because I guess anybody could call in something like this and create sort of chaos, but you also want to take it seriously. How do you go through this?
Well, they could, but because of the way it was coordinated with so many different people being hit near simultaneously, that does rule out a lot of possibilities. And I'm sure that the FBI obviously is going to be looking at this very closely, but they're going to look at a lot of different things. Obviously, they're going to look at maybe extreme political opponents of Donald Trump would be a logical choice, but keep in mind, there's also that threat by Iran. Iran has an ongoing threat of assassination of not just Donald Trump, but a number of his former cabinet members from his first administration. So they're going to be looking at foreign threats as well, and they may be looking at some other types of terrorist threats, international, domestic. But there's a variety of suspects, shall we say, that they're going to be looking at very closely.
Well, incoming border czar Tom Homan tells us that he has been the target of death threats since taking on, accepting the new role under President-elect Trump. He joins us now. Tom, couple of things. Not had the chance to congratulate you on your appointment, your nomination. So my heartfelt congratulations to you. Second of all, I'm so sorry to hear that you and your family are going through this. What's your preliminary response to hearing that it's not unique to you? Other senior incoming officials are also facing threats today.
Well, first of all, I appreciate what Nicole just said, but I'll be honest with you, I have not taken this.
And this is this dude Tom Homan. This is Trump's border czar. Okay, he's the one that was mentioning that they was like, well, are you worried about separating families? He said, well, we got a remedy for that. We'll just deport them right along with the kids, get them all out of here, because this devil was under the impression that this society belongs to him. All right, but in fact, you devils need to be deported because you stolen his land. Okay. Murdered the Native American Indians in cold blood, took the land, and then you set up judicial systems on here to oppress the very people who you try to eliminate, man. You know? So that's wickedness. So that's the pot calling the kettle black. But like I said, these Edomites are a bunch of hypocrites. Every last one of them, man. All right? And don't get it twisted. Just because your neighbors speak to you or they're friendly or they may give you a whatever, they may give you a deal on whatever. They may, whatever, man. You get the point, but don't get it twisted. All these Edomites are corrupt. Some just have the power to display their corruptness. Okay, you put any Edomite in power, there will be a situation that go down because this is just in their nature. Okay, but it's levels to the wickedness. And this guy, he's just the devil, man. And I can see why he received a lot of death threats. But either way it go, man, they're not the only ones. I'm pretty sure Biden and Kamala and all those other demons received death threats as well. But that proves that you are a wicked ruler because, I mean, the fact that you're governing the planet Earth in wickedness, people, they want you out of here. Okay, the scriptures say you should be chased away as the dream. Everybody wants you out of here. Like the Hakkad chant, they was chanting, I believe, what country was that? I don't know what country it was, but it wasn't here. But basically, people said that they was Japhetic peoples. I thought they was Elam. And basically, they started chanting the Hakkad chant, which basically is a slant to Esau, man. Okay, it's a threat to Esau because the world is rising up against you. Nobody wants you in their countries. Nobody wants you in their administrative buildings. Nobody wants you as neighbors. Nobody wants you around. Okay, and it's righteously so. You have to be taken out. You have to be taken out of power, and only Yahweh Shai can do that, man, which is swiftly approaching. So let's go from here to the book of Proverbs 29, and I'm going to start at 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, okay? And the wicked is bearing rule now. Everybody is in mourning. Everybody's crying that groceries is too high, rents is too high, taxes are too high. Everybody, and brothers, be careful too, man, because to show you how wicked Esau, he's getting real cunning. I received last year and this year, I received a tax notice from 2018 stating that I owe an exceptional amount of money. And back in my mind, I'm like, I filed 2018, and I remember one of the years I owed, but I broke even, because a little bit more money you make, then they enter you a higher tax bracket, right? But I'm looking at this letter, I'm like, why are they sending me this shit again? So I was looking at it, man, because I just got tired of it. I just got fed up, man, because, at this time, taxes is due and property taxes, and then you got other people trying to take more money from you. I just got to the point, man. I'm like, you know what, man? I'm just gonna just pay this shit and get these motherfuckers off my back. But the Spirit like, nah, stop. Spirit said, no, call them. Okay, so I called them, right? And it took me about 35 minutes to get through because you got to play through the prompts and all this other shit because they don't really want you reaching a live agent. Okay, they want you to go through that automation stuff, man, which is horrible, you know, and they do that to frustrate people so you can hang up the phone and just say, you know what, fuck it, I'll give them the money. But the notice was dated that I had to pay them by October 31st from a debt from 2018. But I'm like, I ain't had no problems with my taxes in 2018. Then I remember, I think I filed exempt one of those years. So I broke even the next year and paid it off. So I spoke to the person on the phone and I'm like, look up this year for me. And she straight up told me, she said, no, you don't owe. And I don't think she was supposed to say that, but I kind of caught up in the midst of it because, you know, they expect Jake to be dumb, which all this shit is illegal anyway. Child support, IRS is all fucking wickedness. It's not constitutional, not by far. But anyway, so she was like, oh no, you don't owe from 2018. I'm like, well, why are you sending me letters saying I owe then? She said, oh, well, the computer must have generated. That's bullshit, man. Because y'all control those computers. You control the algorithms and you choose what goes out. So basically, they're trying to get more money from people. So everybody that was supposed to be owing from these years, you might want to call them and check on your tax bill, man, because she straight up told me, she said, no, you don't owe. And I'm like, well, can you send me something in the mail saying that I don't owe and that my taxes were satisfied for that year? And she gonna send me something in the mail, you know, because that notice will keep coming out. But that to show how wicked it is. I was finna get them damn near $500 fucking for some shit from 6 years ago. I'm like, why am I getting a letter now? Then the Spirit like, just call them and call them and talk to them. So I called them, did a little due diligence, and bam, you know, find out I don't owe them shit. You know, I'm finna send them more money, you know, which they probably would have sent it back. But then again, you know, these bureaucracies are so potent now to the point they just would have kept the money. You know, so that's a form of oppression, bro. They sending out notices from 6 years ago, dating them to modern times saying that you owe them. So, you know, Lord's why I got that squared away. So that's one less thing I have to worry about. But it's just wickedness all the way around, bro. You know, this is a wicked, evil system. And that child support shit, I'm gonna say that you women, when that runs out and when this shit really go down, a lot of you women, a lot of your heads are gonna be detached from your bodies in that day. Sincerely, because the Lord doesn't play with that shit. That's wickedness and that's evil. All right, but anyway, reading again, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And we all are mourning. Okay, this is a wicked satanic system. And if you a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, it's that much more worse for you. Even the Edomite male is realizing that this place ain't right. He's in rulership. All right, so anyway, let's go back to the video. Salakia for that other little rant, but I wanted to put that on wax.
Serious. Up to this point, now that I know what's happening the last 24 hours, I will take it a little more serious. But look, I've been dealing with this when I was the ICE director in the first administration. I had numerous death threats, and I had a security detail with me all the time. Even after I retired, the death threats continued. And even after I retired as the ICE director, I had U.S. Marshals protection for a long time to protect me and my family. And what doesn't help is all the negative press around the president and people he's putting in his cabinet. Me, I'm not in the cabinet, but, you know, I've read numerous hit pieces on me. You know, I'm a racist and, you know, I'm the father of family separation, all this other stuff. But
you are racist. I mean, all you devils are racist. By default, you are a racist. You're a goddamn racist. You don't like Jake. You damn sure don't like the Northern Kingdom. All of you a bunch of fucking racists. All right? It's just who you are. You have hatred for our people. And that will never go away. The Lord said that a perpetual hatred. And when you go into perpetual, it goes into a everlasting hatred that you have for our people. All right, so you hate it. You can tell just from the semblance of your voice, you hate people of color. Okay, mainly Northern Kingdom. You told the Venezuelans you want them out of here, and technically they have more right to this country than any of you damn devils. You know, but at the same time, you know, they came over here and was given more money and all this other stuff, but yet people are giving these people death threats. It's just this society just confused, man. And honestly, I'm surprised that it's been here this long. I'm just ready to see this fucking place fall, bro. This is wickedness beyond wickedness.
Hate me media doesn't help at all because there are some nuts out there that will take advantage. So that doesn't help. And I thought we're beyond that after the election's over, that we're going to get beyond that. But, you know, I will now start taking a little more serious after I just heard what's happened the last 24 hours. Up to that point, I was the attitude that if I'm not home, my family's not home. And they're not home right now, but when I return home, I'm going to bring them home. But I was of the attitude lately that if you want some, come get some. Because, you know, I've been through this many, many times. And, but again, what I've learned today, I'll start taking a little more serious.
Do you think that there's a role you can play once you're in position and come January 20th? Do you think there's a role that you can play with your leadership and seniority in the second term of President Trump's administration that can help to sort of bring an end to these kinds of threats that we've been seeing now, as you mentioned, against Republican officials and Democratic officials?
Well, I think the first role is not to be intimidated. I'm not going to be intimidated by these people. They're not going to silence me. Look, I'm going to do this job. I want to do this job because it's an issue of national security. So you're not going to shut me up. I'm not going away, and I'm going to do this job, and I'm going to continue talking to the American people why it needs to be done. I think under the Trump administration, I think we're going to be very transparent because the big issue, right, securing the border and doing this deportation operation. We're going to be very transparent. We're going to tell the American people exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it. So we're going to control the narrative, and we're going to educate the American people why this is necessary. You can't, on the heels of history.
You've been controlling the narrative for too long. People are tired of you controlling the narrative. That's the problem. You've been controlling the narrative, and it's been nothing but lies and deceit. Okay, people are fed up with you, period. Like I said, how can you be a ruler claiming peace, but everybody wants to put you to death? Everybody wants to see you fall. I mean, your own people wants to see you fall, E. So it's like, okay, make it make sense, man. Nobody wants you around, period. Everybody. And you know what? I pray that when they start to move on these, because, you know, he said the minute he gets in office, he's going to start rounding people up. Hey, let's pray that is what it is. Let's pray that they don't throw any left-hand fugaziness in there and try to offset things. Let's just get this shit over with, man. Okay, when Trump gets in office, he needs to push the RFID chip, push World War III, because he's talking about, oh, well, we're gonna stop the war between the Russians and Ukraine and Israel. Like, oh, look, it's not gonna happen because even when you get in office, Iran is not budging for you. Iran don't fuck with Trump. Okay, even though China was talking about, well, yeah, we want to have peace with the West. That's not gonna happen. Okay, it sounds good, you know, and they can attempt to come to some resolution. But what does Yahweh Bashim Yahushai wants? Okay, the Lord said he ruleth in the kingdom of man. And matter of fact, let's get this real quick in the book of Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter, and let's see what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai wants. All right, so this is Zephaniah 3:8, and it says, therefore wait ye upon me, says Yahweh, until the day that I rise up into the prey. Who is the prey? You damn devils. All right, it says, for my determination is to gather the nations. So this is the Lord's determination. Okay, I don't give a damn what type of peace you're talking about. If the Lord ain't with it, then, hey, you ain't going to be with it. You know, this devil always thinks he has control. No, you're deceiving yourself, man. The minute Trump gets into office, I have a feeling that this war is going to escalate. Because he's already talking about breaking up the European Union, putting tariffs on his own allies. They're ready to walk away from Trump, man. All right? And I pray that Biden be even more dumb and actually and make shit go out of hand so, you know, this war can continue. So when Trump gets in office, he can inherit a full-blown World War III. That's what I'm praying that will happen, man, because we're ready to get the fuck up out of here. All right, I'm not trying to look at another 8 years here. I mean, they say 2030, Project 2025. Look, that's literally like 5 short years away, but, you know, a lot can go down from here to 5 years. You know, a lot of bad shit can happen to brothers, you know, but I'm not worried about it. But, you know, just talking. But it says, therefore wait ye upon me, says Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. It says, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth should be devoured by the fire of my jealousy. So that's the determination of the Most High. All right, I don't know what the hell this guy is talking about. But Esau can't help himself. I mean, he's a warmonger. That's what he do. That's what he does best. Chaos.
Illegal immigration crisis where 9 out of 10 of these people enter the country illegally will end up with an order removal because they simply don't qualify for asylum. There has to be a big deportation operation. That's where that's the laws of this country. And if we go through this whole process and 9 out of 10 get an order removal from a judge and we don't remove them, you're never going to fix the border because we'll send a whole message to the whole world. You can enter the states illegally, it's a crime. You can even go to court or not go to court and get an order removal from a federal judge and you don't leave, and we're not going to make you leave. You're never going to solve the crisis on the border, and it's just not about illegal immigration. When you overwhelm the Border Patrol, like they've been overwhelmed for the last 4 years, that's when the fentanyl comes in to kill 250,000 Americans. That's why sex trafficking is up 600%. That's why we have a record number of people on terrorist watch lists crossing the border. That's why you got 31% of women getting sexually assaulted making that journey. Children dying the border almost every night. So it's important that we be very transparent in what President Trump's going to do. We're going to secure the border. We're going to have a deportation operation, and we're going to work really hard to find those 300,000 children. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to tell that story.
Do you think it makes a difference, Tom, if, and this is not confirmed, the FBI is not sharing anything publicly right now about the source of these threats, who is making them? So we don't know if they were coming from domestic actors, foreign actors, but I talked with Trey earlier in the show about how Iran is being investigated and prosecuted now for threats against the incoming president's life. Will it make a difference, do you think, to how the U.S. government responds to these threats if they are coming from Americans or foreigners?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's our duty. I think we need to do that. I haven't received this level of threats in the last few days myself. So I'm shocked at what happened in the last 24 hours. Again, I haven't received that level of threat, but I think the government, if they find out it's coming from a foreign nation, of course we got to respond to them. This isn't acceptable for a Republican or Democrat. I mean, no one that serves their country should be under threat. I mean, this is the second time I come back from retirement because I'm a border guy. The border's out of control. This is the biggest national security threat in our nation's history. So the president asked me to serve. I'm going to serve with pride and dignity. So I think we need to have a strong response once they find out who's behind all this. Absolutely, it's illegal to threaten someone's life.
And don't get it twisted. He's not eliminating the threat at the border because he cares about people's safety and money and finances. That's not the problem. The problem is he just don't like Jake. That's what it is. I mean, he can make it sound beautiful and peaceful, like the scriptures say that his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. He can sound peaceful all the hell he wants. At the end of the day, he don't give a damn about you tribes, man. All right? And why should he? He's a devil. Job 20, and I'm going to start at this 4, says, "Know thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment." And that's talking about Esau, okay? He's the wicked. It says, "Though his excellency mount up to heavens, and his head reach to the clouds, yet he should perish forever like his own dung. And they which have seen him should say, where is he?" Because like when you flush feces down the toilet, you don't go back and look for it, okay? Squirrel is jumping tree to tree. You don't go back and you don't look for it. It's just like, okay, once it's gone, it's gone. You just be happy with getting out of your body because of toxins. And that's what Esau is. He's a toxin to the human race, man. He's a cancer. And it says here, he should fly away as a dream and should not be found. Yea, he should be chased away as the vision of the night. And the eyes which also saw him shall see him no more, and shall say, neither shall his place be any more beheld in him, right? Because they're going to be totally eviscerated after they serve their punishment, which proves there's no such thing as hell. Okay, because why didn't it just say that this guy was going to burn in hell? It says no, he's going to be done away with. All right, let's go from here to the book of Sirach 10, and I'm going to start at verses 4-3. It says here, unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city should be inhabited, right? An unwise king. You've totally destroyed people when you've set up this whole woke Me Too shit. Men allowing men to get sex operations. You've destroyed your people. Pushing feminism, putting poisons in the foods, man. Pushing things on TV that's poison to the mind. I mean, you totally destroy your people. Feminism, giving women power. I mean, the shit is all coming back to bite you now. Unfortunately, you have those of us that have to suffer through this shit. But overall, man, you Edomites are freaking through. And it says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable, and that's Yahweh Shai and the elect. Lord's will and part of it. All right. One more precept and we'll shut it down. Point is being made, but it's gonna come to this because a lot of people are gonna start hunting you. You know how many death threat judges and prosecuting attorneys and state's attorneys get? Okay, child support administrations. You know how many death threats these people? This is why it's so hard to reach them. You know, they hide behind these protective walls and oppress people from high, but yet you can never see them on the streets because people want to kill them. Okay, like that Jake that choked out that I think it was one of them guys from the human help, what do you call it, the Child Protective Services, and I guess they was trying to take his daughter, and Jake put that motherfucker in a chokehold, man, and damn near killed him. You know what I'm saying? Because you know people are tired of it, bro. You taking people's kids and you giving it to these unfit mothers, man, and taking money from the men. People are getting tired of that shit, man. So, you know, even though that was a dumb thing that Jake did, part of me was kind of glad that he did do something to it, because them people, man, they don't have no right or no jurisdiction to play God over anybody's life, but yet they've been given the power to do so. So Jake was like, you know what? I can't see my daughter. I'm gonna crash out, which is not a reason to crash out, but you just kind of felt the frustration. And me personally, I wasn't mad at him. You know, yeah, it was stupid what he did, but you know what? He's not in the truth, so hey, somebody got to do it, right? But yeah, he almost put that motherfucker out of his misery, man, and took his and that's a warning for all you people that work in these bureaucracies, man. This is why they have security up the ass. This is why they have bulletproof glasses, because they know people. They know that they're fucking over people's minds, taking that money and taking the children from them and putting them through the system. People ain't dealing with that shit no more, man. All right, in 2025, hey, a lot of you women, you getting ready to be dropped off too. All right, there's going to be a purge on you damn women, just to put that out there. But 2nd Ezra 15, and I'm going to start at verses 16. It says, for there should be sedition among men, invading one another. And it reads, and it says, and they should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, so they ain't going to care. They going to hunt you. They going to hunt your families, and they going to do what they got to do to you people. And it's a long time coming. So, hey, you devils, man, continue to do what you do. But, hey, your judgment is nigh. But with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you will edify until the next lesson. Shalom.